I'm Natalia Bilbao, and here's what's happening in LA this week. Light is overcoming the darkness. Councilmember Nithya Raman hosted a celebration of Diwali, known as the Festival of Lights, at City Hall. The Indian community came together to celebrate with all the joy that this bright festival brings.
We are here in council chambers and we are doing our Diwali presentation, and we have two incredible guests, our former mayor of Los Angeles and most recently ambassador to India, Eric Garcetti, as well as the new consul general for a new consulate that's opening up right here in Los Angeles, the second consulate here in the state of California. Appropriate given the number of South Asians and people who want to travel to India, but it's incredibly exciting to welcome them, as well as so many members of our community here.
So I'm so proud to return to City Hall for the first time in 3 years as the guest of Councilmember Raman to celebrate Diwali. And the last 2.5 years, I've been representing Los Angeles and representing our country as U.S. ambassador in India. And as exciting as Diwali is here, let me tell you, in India, it is a moment when the entire country celebrates. You see lights and diyas, these blessings that people put out, firecrackers going off, people dancing, singing, and really remembering the things that are about light overcoming darkness, good overcoming bad.
So this is very close to my heart because every other country has representation here, but our Indian consulate wasn't here. So it means a lot that Diwali is brought to a lot of people and that we can share our culture as well as the teachings of our festival. It's not religious, it's more victory over good over evil, but it's more celebration of lights, so that everybody is getting on the lighted path.
We are quite excited in the community, and also having opened the Indian consulate for the first time ever in Los Angeles, we look forward for this collaboration and cooperation between the two countries, and especially with Los Angeles, which is so diverse.
Today, our best part was the dhol, the Indian drums, and the Indian dances, and so many Indian people with the Indian outfits coming to the City Hall, which reaching here, it's not easy with the LA traffic, but a lot of Indian community came here to represent Diwali as now it is as our California state holiday, so it means a lot to represent at this level.
It's such a proud moment for us Indian Americans to be celebrating Diwali, the Festival of Lights, at the Los Angeles City Hall. We've worked so hard, there's so many of us, and to have that representation in Los Angeles, it really means so much to us.
Definitely, it means so much to finally be represented on such a big stage, and very big special shout out to Councilwoman Nithya Raman for all of the work that she's done to put together such a wonderful, lovely event.
I know how hard it is to grow up without others knowing your culture. So I felt that it was very important for us to get Diwali approved within California.
Governor Newsom signed AB 286 into law this year, designating Diwali as a state holiday, only the third state in America to do so. And this was in no small part thanks to the efforts of the Valley Indian Seniors Association and Nishta Goel, who lobbied and pushed for this.
I found that there was a bill by a council member up north, and I created a petition on it and got thousands of people galvanized to send messages to the various governmental representatives to get Diwali approved.
This is amazing. So we are felt like we are included, and the inclusive approach makes this city really great.
A global tech showcase of innovations took place on the waterfront. Inventors and entrepreneurs gathered to display the startup ideas that could fuel the marine industry and blue economy.
We're celebrating innovation that's shaping the 22nd century at an event called Ignite 22.
Braid Theory serves as AltaSea's incubator to bring these companies to commercial markets and start them from a very small startup level, and then are able to branch up from here based on the curriculum that Braid Theory creates for them to allow them to go from a startup all the way through commercialization and then into a much bigger company over time. And hopefully some of that lands here at AltaSea, because we want to see these jobs happen here at the Port of Los Angeles within our local community here in Los Angeles. AltaSea has open houses every other month to showcase projects that are going on here today, but also to showcase all the other tenants at AltaSea. So what we want to make sure is that people understand that the City of Los Angeles, the Port of Los Angeles, is doing great things down here on the waterfront, trying to advance new technologies in the ocean, but also to educate the next group of people coming into the business world so that they understand that there's an opportunity to be educated here, to go through workforce training here, and to find a job in this new economy.
This year, one of the biggest things that was so much of interest is really bringing together our global community, and they get to see what's happening here in LA. Right here, we are shaping the future. We are creating and fostering solutions.
Worldwide connectivity is on display in the San Fernando Valley. Taking an idea from Armenia, Tumo LA is an after-school center with a difference. The technology there makes the center a gateway to a digital future.
Welcome to Tumo LA in North Hollywood.
Tumo is a technology learning center that is targeting students ages 12 to 18. There's everything from robotics to 3D imaging, coding, everything that you can think of that touches technology and media is found right here in Tumo.
I know how important spaces like this are to young people, to see themselves not just as the users of technology, but as creators of technology. And having this down the street from your home, from your school, is so important.
Tumo Los Angeles opened 2 weeks ago. Right now we have 600 students enrolled. Of our students, 44% are girls, and 80% of our students come from families from low to moderate income households.
This is a program that's going to provide assistance not only on the technology front, but also to understand how to manage and become good leaders. This is a program that's free, absolutely no cost to the student. You just have to bring your curiosity to learn.
Thank you, A Dream, for bringing this innovative center, founded in Armenia and now here, based in our community in the San Fernando Valley.
A cup of coffee is a good reason to head to the local bakery, whatever the weather. And at Coffee with a Cop, the flow of information between neighbors and the police department is also a community building practice.
We're here today at La Rochelle, which is an awesome bakery in the community of the greater Toluca Lake neighborhood on Vineland and Otsego. And we're here at the invitation of the Greater Toluca Lake Neighborhood Council to participate in their Coffee with a Cop event. Basically just to build a partnership with the community, and we try to host them at various locations throughout the community so that we address each individual neighborhood, but get feedback from them, see what their problems are, how we can better address their problems, and educate them on what they can do to help.
The lead officers are very invested in the community. They're very sensitive to the needs of the people, and they really listen.
You're 17 or graduating high school, whichever comes first.
a lot of bad news sells, and we want to get out, hey, this is what we actually do. This is all the positive stuff that we bring to the table. Then they can then take that to their community, to their neighborhood watch meetings, their neighborhood council meetings, and push that message about, hey, actually the LAPD North Hollywood does this, that, the other. We have a community survey that we'd like everybody to spread and take so that we can learn how do we help you the best.
This is a wonderful casual setting that we can come and have the questions, our concerns, addressed to the police officers, and in turn for them to let us know how we can help them.
The cops can be big, bad, and scary. I get it, but we're not. We're all people too. We all have normal human lives like everybody else, and we get to kind of display that a little bit more. But they also get to, you know, put a little bit of a face behind the badge, and I think that just lets down the guard, lets down the tension a little bit, and that serves to bring more people in the future.
Winter shelter program opens across LA County. Granada Hills celebrates its 100th anniversary, and LAX looks for volunteers to create a friendly experience at the airport. These stories up next on CityBeat.
Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority, LAHSA, announced that its winter shelter program opens on November 1st. The Winter Shelter Program is for those experiencing homelessness during LA's colder months. Shelters are located across Los Angeles County and will operate 24 hours a day from November 1st through March 31st, 2026. The program offers overnight shelter, meals, showers, and case management services. Those in need of a shelter place are urged to call 211 or 1-800-548-6047. For more information, visit lhasa.org/winter-shelter. Councilmember John Lee joins the honorary mayor of Granada Hills, John V. Ciccarelli, to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the founding of Granada Hills. Previously known as Sunshine Ranch, the area consisted mostly of farms and orchards before being renamed in honor of the Spanish city of Granada in 1926. In the 1950s, Granada Hills adopted the slogan, "The Valley's Most Neighborly Town." The centennial celebrates the area's history with a year's worth of events and festivities. A gala will be held on April 18, 2026 to mark the official 100th anniversary of Granada Hills. For more information, visit GranadaHills100.com. Los Angeles International Airport, LAX, is seeking volunteers to create a friendly and positive experience at the airport. The Volunteer Information Professionals, VIP, program provides training in customer service, airport procedures, and emergency assistance. VIPs assist in providing directions to facilities, helping passengers find transport, and aiding communications between travelers and airlines. Volunteers are located in information booths on the arrivals level of each LAX terminal in the baggage claim area and nearby exits. For more information, visit lawa.org/volunteer-opportunities.
The CicLAvia Heart of LA event marked 15 years of safe and open streets, showing us the slower pace of car-free places. Council members Eunices Hernandez and Isabel Jurado welcomed everyone to enjoy a different view of LA, whether walking, biking, or skating across the city.
Today we are celebrating 15 years of CicLAvia with CicLAvia Heart of LA. People are going to be going through Little Tokyo, Chinatown, MacArthur Park, Pico Union, and enjoying open streets.
People can come and ride their bikes, walk, run, close off the streets, and really enjoy the day without a car. So we're really excited to be a part of a healthy, sustainable Los Angeles.
It's important for people to bike, walk, run, and actually experience the city on foot and slowly so they can see all the offerings that the city of LA has. Whether it's a small business, whether it's a museum, whether it's a rooftop band, this is what LA is all about. And having days like this where people can experience it slowly and outside of their cars is just part of what makes LA beautiful.
I'm born and raised in LA, and I've watched CicLAvia grow so much. I've just walked CicLAvia, I've used my roller skates on CicLAvia, and so I'm really excited to test a new bike out today.
CicLAvia is one of those magical moments in LA. You know, the importance of CicLAvia is more than just closing streets down and not allowing cars to be on the streets, but it's really about connecting communities.
Getting out and moving your body is a great way to see the places that we love and see people that you love and support businesses that you love.
When you're at CicLAvia, when there are no cars on the road, you begin to see the infrastructure that exists, the bike lanes, the protected bike lanes, the improved pedestrian projects that the City of LA has completed and is continuing to do more of. You know, what it reminds us is that streets are here for us to share. It's not simply for cars and trucks.
Metro has been a part of really encouraging cities to look at different ways to encourage bicycle ridership through our bike share programs that Metro has sponsored, and we actually fund through Measure M a number of cities in building bike lanes.
In our district, we are transit forward. We want to have a multimodal approach to how you experience the city, whether you're on bike, whether you're on foot. And so having better signage and protected bike lanes that encourage people who are choosing to get out of their car and bike places can be protected, and to make sure that there is safety and can encourage the kinds of lifestyles that we see today.
Los Angeles is a very car-centric city, so there's not a lot of opportunities for you to be able to walk in the middle of the street safely, or bike, or take your child on the rollerblades. Today we're doing that, today we're seeing that, and it's going to be a beautiful day.
Sharing the city streets in a multimodal way. Trick or Treat. Council member Eunices Hernandez and the Department of Rec and Parks came together to offer a howling good Halloween pumpkin patch. With a costume contest and pumpkin photo ops, it was a frightfully gored time for all.
How is Lincoln Heights doing today? That's right, that's right. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Today we are here celebrating Halloween at Lincoln Heights Recreation Center.
Está muy bonito que se vea toda la comunidad junta, que estén todos aquí pasando el tiempo con familia, con los niños. Muchas cosas para los niños, muchos jumpers, dulces para ellos.
We have games, jumpers, we have pumpkins, we have costume contests, pie eating contests, donut eating contests, crafts.
It takes a village to create safe spaces where families feel confident enough to bring their loved ones. You all came to the table to create a safe space, so I want to thank you for that. We saw that during the summer, because of the raids, many of our parks and public facilities were not being utilized by families because they were scared. But today, we're creating safe spaces for our families and communities. They're building good memories, but it has taken us some time for community to feel comfortable and safe again.
A pesar de todo lo que está pasando ahorita, me da mucho orgullo de ver tantas familias aquí disfrutando en el parque, en la área verde que tienen, que aquí en la ciudad de Los Ángeles es muy poca, pero aquí están celebrando, comiendo, hablando, disfrutando, agarrando una calabaza gratis. Me da mucho gusto ver que las familias hayan salido a disfrutar de nuestro evento.
So there's going to be a lot of events coming up, and if you want to find out more about them, you can go to cd1.lacity.gov for more information. I hope y'all have a wonderful time. We're here to be of service. Have a happy Halloween and have a safe Halloween.
Costumes and helmets. At a Halloween bike ride on Broadway, community members got on their bikes in costume. They celebrated Halloween and supported safer streets in South LA on the soon-to-be-completed Broadway SUR project.
Today we are in South Central LA with our Broadway SUR project, our Halloween bike ride, celebrating our community. So we want to make sure that our community understands that we want safety for our children, and we want to make sure that today we're not only dressing up and having a good time, but acknowledging that we need safer streets. We know that public safety and community safety, you have to change the environment, but we're also making sure that people understand you just have to slow down. We want to make sure that our kids feel safe, that our community feels safe, that pedestrians can walk around. Today, we're also honoring Michael Smith, and the mom is here, the family is here. We want to acknowledge, but we also want to stay safe.
It's very important for me to be at this event. I lost Michael July of 2025, and I'm learning more about the culture of this event. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy they're representing Michael. They have an altar built on the corner for Michael and other families who have lost children or family members. We don't want another tragedy to happen in these streets. We don't want another kid that's just trying to safely ride their bike to get to the store or get to school to be hurt. We have to be visual when we turn right or left. We have to look for the children. We have to look for the riders.
Broadway Sur is a transformational investment, well over $80 million project to transform Broadway with protected bike lanes to save lives and decrease traffic accidents here on Broadway, where people speed a lot and we lose a lot of lives every year. The office has been working on this for 7 years with the community since 2017 when we started applying for grants. So it's been a long time coming. We hope to finish in 2027.
We need people to not text and drive, to not use your cell phone. Know that the streets are for children, for pedestrians, for community. Especially during the holidays, you're gonna see a lot more people visiting family members and loved ones. We need everyone to please do their work collectively as a community and just slow down, get off your phone, and do the best. Let's protect each other.
Trick or treat. The answer is always safety, not scares. In this week's feature story, the city's Department of Cultural Affairs has a unique program supporting mural artists. The results are popping up across the city, putting color onto neighborhood walls and connecting with the local communities.
The program that we've been working on since 2022 is called Mural Works. The suite of murals is about 20. We started funding this program in 2022, so we created a program where artists could propose artworks that had a social justice theme, and is finally launching. Now we're seeing several dozen murals come about throughout the city.
Been a big fan of the DCA for years and a partner through my nonprofit, so I've been excited to see all the work they've done in the arts for many, many years and being a grateful grant recipient as an organization. This was the first time that I reached out to them and applied for a grant as an individual artist. But I heard, like most people, I think probably from the newsletter and updates and announcements, and immediately knew it was something I wanted to do.
So my mural, it addresses the issue of education disparity. I think that education is a right and that all children should have access to a quality education. The initial impact of the color, I sort of would like that to draw them in. I think that can kind of provide just like an immediate thing for your brain where you're like, what's that? In some ways, I was sort of making it for kids. I wanted to sort of leave something with like a younger audience and maybe get them excited about art and reading and thinking and questioning things.
My mural talks about homelessness. It's a pretty straightforward message and how the bad economy affects everybody. I want to remove the stigma that being homeless has and show that these are actual people and everybody has their own individual story.
This mural, The Feminine Together, talks about women and girls and females and the magic that they have inside of them. So often when I do this work, I see that a lot of the women have this rich perspective, opinion, love, and they're quite silent about it. And I wanted to create a mural that celebrated them, that showed literally when they come together that they are more profound, more loving, more involving, and bring everyone together with such a warmth. And that's what this mural was about for me.
This mural is called Magiting na Babaye, Valiant Women. And it basically is a mural that showcases Filipino Americans that have contributed to the Philippines, the United States, and California.
Just knowing they're going to put a Filipino historic mural next to my restaurant. It's exciting. The process alone, it's really just uplifting for the community.
I just think that it's naturally the thing that is in my DNA, I guess. I just grew up always a bit shy, and it's just like doing visual things and working with my hands and creating just seemed more natural to me, yeah.
Something that is always really interesting to me is that when you are working on a wall, you are spending these huge stretches of time generally on like one small corner or like a strip of sidewalk somewhere, and you really start to see all of the life that's happening around you, and the same people walk by, and there's noise, and there's animals and dogs and like the businesses, and it's just like this crazy little like churning community around you, and I think that that's really cool to see. Something that goes with that is when you complete a wall, it kind of like sinks into the environment that you've been existing in, and then it becomes like a part of it, which I think is cool, and then hopefully it stays that way for a long time.
In this week's Things to Do, get drawn into the mural art scene, celebrate Native American Heritage Month at the Central Library, and show your support at the San Fernando Valley Veterans Day Parade. All this up next on Things to Do.
Join LA City's Department of Rec and Parks for a unique insight into Chicano art at the Campo de Cahuenga Museum. On Saturday, November 8th, celebrated muralist Carlos Callejo will give a talk on the Chicano art movement entitled Murals in Action, from El Chuco to Los Angeles. Callejo will discuss the strategies and legacy of community art making, which sparked a revolution in the art scene in the U.S. and abroad. The Q&A will be followed by a reception with light snacks and beverages. Head to the Campo de Cahuenga Museum for Murals in Action on Saturday, November 8th at 12 p.m. For more information, visit culture.lacity.gov/events. As part of its Native American Heritage Month series, the Los Angeles Public Library hosts Songs of the Earth on Saturday, November 8th. This gathering highlights the vibrant indigenous communities within Los Angeles and their cultural contributions. Many indigenous people in LA have been disconnected from their ancestral languages and traditions. Songs of the Earth aims to create a space where people can share their truths in any form or language. Celebrate indigenous survival and presence and enjoy drums and dancing, a Zapotec brass band, and a presentation on Pacific Islander cultures. Head to the Central Library for Songs of the Earth on Saturday, November 8th at 2 p.m. For more details, go to lapl.org/events. On the Veterans Day holiday, you're invited to honor all those who served, past and present, at the San Fernando Valley Veterans Day Parade. Join Councilmember Bob Blumenfield and Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez for the parade and enjoy representation from all the armed forces. Bring family and friends to enjoy marching bands, classic cars, community groups, and special tributes to veterans. The San Fernando Valley Veterans Day Parade is the largest event for veterans in LA County, with around 20,000 residents coming out to pay tribute every year. The San Fernando Valley Veterans Day Parade takes place on Tuesday, November 11th at 11 a.m. Learn more at sfvveteransdayparade.com. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.